Today on Gili Air Adventures, I plan to check out the island after dark. Let's check it out. It's been another wet day here in the wet season on Gili Air, and I've got to do a couple of things prior to going and having a walk around in the dark. First thing I've got to do is try and get a ticket for a boat tomorrow. I've been told that I can get a boat to Gili Meno tomorrow, and it's called hopping. They call it hopping, like I guess from the word island hopping. So I'm going to see if I can find out the proper way of buying one of those tickets. And then I'm just going to go and see if I can see a sunset, which is unlikely because it's been raining and it's still very cloudy. Very cloudy. It's actually evening at the moment, so it's almost 6 o'clock. I think it is 6 o'clock already. Well, this says it's an official ticket counter, but I'm not even sure of that. I'm going to ask, see what happens. Well, the very friendly guy there gave me some great information. He said, don't buy from him, buy from up here. There's a ticket office up here, apparently, in the actual port itself, and I don't need to buy a ticket until tomorrow morning, about 20 minutes before the boat departs, which is at 8:30. So that's what I'll do. I'm guessing that's it. Oh, there it is. Look at this view. Look at that straight out there. Like, this is just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. The view, so that's Lombok over there. That view over to Lombok is just stunning. Those hills that come straight into the ocean off Lombok are just so steep and reach so far into the sky that the clouds are often hovering over the top of those mountains. It's just a stunning, stunning view. I wonder if there are any houses up in those mountains, because that might be quite nice. I mean, not being in the mist all the time, but you know, being in that really cool air could be cool. Over here, wow, I can see heaps of sea urchins down there, which is very interesting. Heaps of fish. There's a massive school of tiny fish there. And there's a few people here doing a bit of spot of fishing. Bit of recreational fishing, which is the go, isn't it? And I can just see a little tinge of colour over there in the sky, which is where the sun will set. I'm hopeful we'll get something. I'm hopeful, but I'm not sure because there is a bit of thick cloud around as well. It was raining a little bit earlier, and yesterday it rained as well. Down there I can see more of those sea urchins. The water's just so clear. Beautifully, beautifully clear. Might actually do a bit of a walk down this way as well, see what I can find. I still can't get over the colour of that water. You can just imagine when the first intrepid travellers came to these islands and thought, I've just found paradise and no one else knows about it yet. That would have been an amazing feeling back in the day. And I think back in the day as well, the accommodation options would have been very rudimentary. But that was part of the appeal back in the day, going to some of these remote locations, was the rudimentary accommodation, eating with families, and just almost like camping in a lot of ways, you know. It's a far cry from that now. Although I do believe on some islands around Lombok that are uninhabited, it's possible to go and camp there, even to this day. This is a classic Indonesian food right here. This is bakso. That's a classic one, that one. So generally you get these, well, they've got some really bakso jumbo there, as well as some normal size bakso as well. It's basically like a salty broth with meatballs, and the bakso is the meatball, yeah? And those bakso, they're a little bit of a different type of meatball to like an Italian one where you'd have like big chunks of meat in there. They're blended, and they're, I believe, originally from China. The original bakso is from China. The way that they make them is mixing different types of flour in with actual meat, and you get this grey consistency that when you cook them or boil them up, they become rubbery like a super ball. And they're an absolute favourite snack and meal for Indonesians. Absolute favourite. A few noodles in there. I don't know, it's just comfort food for a lot of people. I don't mind it either. I mean, sometimes, you know, you get a few weird chunks in there. I don't know what that is, but, you know, it's all right. Beach games as the sun sets, brilliant, eh? These guys go. They've got a bit of skill too. I'll be nowhere near like that. Very good. Wow, they are seriously talented. Oi! Oh! See, that's why I don't play these games. Here we go. Hey, too flat. Here we go. Look at this guy go.
Ini oper bapak ini. Pak.
Yeah, I got one. Yeah. Oh.
Pak, ada
Oi. Oi. No, they're trying to give me a go, but it's just bad. Every time I get a go, it goes down. I'm not good at this. Oke, makasih ya. Nggak bisa lagi ya. Terlalu tidak punya skill. Ya, makasih. You know, I actually didn't want to play with them, but as soon as you do, like, you feel like you're really involved. I love it, even though I've got no skill. Nice people though. Just nice people. The spirits are already lifted from my evening walk here as it gets a little bit darker. It appears the sun's well and truly set now, and this is the sort of scene we've got around the place. We've got these nice restaurants like this, very classy. Hello, how are you?
Quiet, super quiet.
Yeah, super quiet, he reckons. It is quiet as well, you know. But I mean, it is a big island. This is the problem, isn't it? When you've got such a big island, the tourist numbers do get diluted a little bit. Oh, here we go. This is interesting. What have they got going on over here? They're grilling something. A big barbecue. Oh yeah, look at that. Beautiful. Lots of fish. A bit of corn on there. That is a big bit of meat. Wow. This dude's doing a bit of pasta. Hello.
Pasta.
Wow, fresh pasta. And you got the fresh seafood. Now that looks good. Look at all these crayfish. Amazing. And they are the biggest prawns I've ever seen. Wow. Menarik juga ya. Just so big, those crayfish. The colours. Those fish just look amazing. Like, that looks really good if you want to come out for a special seafood dinner. It would have to be expensive, I would imagine, because that seafood just looks top quality. Even though there are some really fancy restaurants and bars along this section, this path makes it just feel so much better. Still a sandy path. And look, to be honest, because it's not busy, it does feel pretty good anyway. And there are some cheaper places along here. This is sort of around that western side, the sunset side of Gili Air. I kind of like it. Now, I don't know if it's going to be like that all the time. Maybe in the high season it gets really busy, but at the moment, it feels pretty good. Like, honestly, no problems at all. It's when you've got those big roads and there's bikes whizzing past and stuff, it's not as pleasant in my view. But that's only in a really small section that I've discovered so far here on Gili Air. And it's actually the place that sort of the area where I'm staying, which has pluses and minuses. You're in the thick of it with all the good eating options, but then it's a little bit not like the island vibe that you want. Like, this is the island vibe. Beautiful. Well, these bars, brilliant bars. In fact, I think we could do with more beach bars in Sanur. We don't really have anything that you could call a proper beach bar where you feed in the sand. You've got a couple, like you've got Warung Pantai Indah, but it's not like anything like this. If people put a bit more effort into some of those beachside drinking areas, it could be brilliant in Sanur, I think. So just passing these guys, and because it's low season, they have to really search for customers, really trying hard. Jadi harus berusaha untuk dapat customer ya. And that's obviously the challenge when it's low season, not so many customers, and you're all competing. Okay? Aku jalan-jalan lagi ya, mari ya. Yeah, nice guys. Hard, isn't it, when you've got low season and you got to try really hard for those customers. Really just, I feel sorry for businesses that don't have any customers, really. I don't know. I don't know if it's just me, but it's just really a shame to see so many businesses without customers. Up until this section, it's actually been really easy to walk along this path around the outside of the island in the dark. There has been no dark sections at all. And then I get to this and it's just dark as anything. You can see there, like, you've got to try and sort of pick your way through the bushes because there's lots of swampland there, lots of massive puddles. And I reckon if it's much darker than this, like it's already quite dark, but if it was like any darker, I reckon you'd probably want to get a head torch on or something like that, because it's really dark. Like, it's going to be really dark here. Yeah, it's getting really dark now. Look, it's so quick that the sun sets when you're in the tropics. Once it goes below the horizon, it sets quick. But it is a beautiful, beautifully lit place, this one, Pink Chuchu. It's, not bad at all, the look of it. Really, really stylish. One of the things I've been noticing as I've been walking around is that the place at the moment, Gili Air, and I'm hoping that, you, the viewer, can help me out with this. There seems to be a lot of solo female travellers here, like lots of them, which is a little bit sort of not what I expected. I used to see that a lot in Ubud, and I made a comment on that in my previous video about how a lot of the Ubud crowd or that style of thinking, that sort of person has come here. And maybe these people are sort of in that phase of their lives, you know, the eat, pray, love style of person, which we saw so much of in Ubud for a little while there. Maybe they're here now, I don't know. I'd love to hear your opinion on that, because for me, it's intriguing, because I don't see that in Bali as much, to be honest, these days. But here, yeah, probably if you are a single female and you want to go travelling, this is probably the place to come. That's pretty good evidence, isn't it? If a lot of other people are doing it, it's probably a pretty good place to come. Ini konten buat YouTube.
Oke.
Ya,
Nama YouTube-nya apa?
Sanur Diaries.
Oke, nanti kita follow ya.
Ya. Kalian dari mana aslinya?
Dari Lombok.
Dari Lombok.
Lombok mana?
Timur.
Lombok Timur.
Timur.
Ya.
Jauh dari sini ya?
Ya,
Lagi training di
lagi
sini.
training sekolah di sini.
Oh, jadi udah ke sekolah di Lombok Timur,
Ya.
lagi di sini untuk training. Nanti kemana aja?
Cuman di sini, cuman training sekolah di sini. Kalau udah selesai balik ke sekolah.
Balik ke sekolah,
Ya.
terus ada tujuan apa kalau udah selesai?
Di kerja.
Di mana?
Kalau bisa besok di sini kita kerja.
Ya. Jadi ini bagus untuk kerja ya, yang pulau ini. Kalau pulau lain juga oke, yang dua-duanya bagus juga. Kalau Bali oke enggak?
Oke.
Oke juga. Yang paling bagus Bali atau Gili untuk kerja?
Kapal
Kalau
Kapal pesiar. Betul.
Kalau bagus
Bali.
Bali. Tapi kapal pesiar itu lumayan susah juga dan harus punya banyak duit juga.
Cari modal dulu.
Cari modal dulu. Dari kampung kalian?
Iya.
Ya, dari kampung.
Dari kampung.
Kampung banget ya?
Iya,
Ya,
kampung.
kampung banget.
Banyak hutan. Bagus.
Tapi senang di sini juga.
Senang.
Banyak wisata di sana.
Oh ya?
Iya.
Dekat Rinjani ya?
Ya, dekat.
dekat.
Itu lebih adem di sana gara-gara apa, ketinggian di atas laut atau sama kayak gini cuacanya?
Lebih dingin di sana.
Lebih dingin.
Lebih dinginnya.
Iya.
Kalau malam pasti harus pakai jaket mungkin ya.
Pakai jaket.
Tidur di mana kalau di sini?
Di belakang ada mesnya.
Oh, ada mes?
Iya.
Oh, oke. Oke.
Ditanggung tidur sama bos.
Oh, lumayan. Dan dapat makan juga?
Ya,
Dapat
dapat
makan gratis, ditanggung makannya.
Oh,
tanggung makan.
lumayan banget. Jadi berapa lama lagi di sini untuk selesai?
Tinggal
1 bulan ini.
Tapi dari kelas kalian juga ada orang ke pulau lain juga?
Enggak ada, cuma ke Gili Air aja.
Gili Air.
Semuanya ke Gili Air?
Ya,
Iya.
kakak kelasan kita angkatan
Yang duluan juga pernah ke sini.
Udah ada pengalaman, udah ada hubungan.
Ya.
Kalian rindu kampung halaman?
Rindu.
Rindu, ya pasti.
Ya, pasti.
Ya.
Udah bapak.
Tetap kuat ya.
Ya.
Semoga balik segera dan semua aman dan kalian senang kalau udah balik
Ya.
ke kampung halamannya.
Pasti senang kalau balik ke.
Oh, oke.
Senang sekali tidur.
Ya.
Kangen kamar sih.
Oke, aku jalan-jalan lagi ya.
siap.
Terima kasih ya. Oke, mari. Bye. Wow, such nice guys. Really nice guys. And as soon, hello, how are you? No, thank you. When I said the word rindu, their eyes lit up because that's exactly what they're feeling. They're feeling rindu, and this is sort of the theme I've been going on about for the past few videos. It's about this feeling of where your home is, your kampung halaman, rindu, and also merantau, which is the process of leaving your kampung and going somewhere else to find work, find a new life. A bit more than that, a bit more spiritual than that, and then having that feeling of rindu when you're away. And when you get to come home after a long time, usually, you want to be able to go back home and say, I succeeded, this was worthwhile. It's a really interesting thing here in Indonesia. I think it happens in some other countries in Southeast Asia, like the Philippines as well, but I think there's a more spiritual feeling here in Indonesia about it. It's getting really dark now. Look at this. I bought this light about 50,000 years ago for this camera, and I never really had a chance to use it. Now that I'm using it, what I find is that because the light is so blinding to me, I can't see where I'm going because it's black in front. Yeah, because it's black in front. I'm nearly walking into the bushes. So I'm just going to try and feel my way around like a blind person as I speak into the camera. The feel, oh, a light just came on. Oh, there's some sort of like a sensor light there. The feel of being here is just incredible. I'm enjoying Gili Air more and more as I'm here. There's something about this place which is quite special, I think. And I don't think it's going to be there forever, as is normally the case in these places. And I think when you find a place that you really love at a place in time, especially in Indonesia, a tourist place like this, you've got to go there now, because later it's going to be different. And I think it's easy to look back on places that you've been to and say, oh, I wish it was like it was before. And I'm a sucker for that. And I do it all the time, that nostalgia thing. But I think it's good advice, and it's good advice to myself. This is what I'm telling myself, to enjoy it while you're there in the moment. Don't try and look backwards at what it was like. That's a real failing of mine. What is your name?
Natasha.
Natasha?
Galang.
Galang.
Yeah.
My name is Adam.
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 Adam, tahu ya.
Adam.
Nice to meet you.
Where you from?
Your
From Australia.
Australia.
channel YouTube.
My channel is Sanur Diaries. Diaries. Diary.
Sanur Diary. Cerita Sanur.
Ya, betul. Aku tinggal di Sanur sebetulnya.
Bagus ya bahasa Indonesianya?
Bagus.
Lumayan.
Lumayan. Bagus.
Ya, aku dulu udah lama di Jawa Barat.
Jawa Barat.
Ya.
Bisa bahasa Jawa?
Tidak bisa, tapi bahasa Sunda terbiasa.
Oh.
Kamu dari mana aslinya? Jawa? Oh, bukan orang Jawa.
Bapak saya Jawa.
Oh ya?
Boyolali, Jawa Tengah.
Oh, jadi bisa ngomong bahasa Jawa?
Dikit-dikit aja.
Dikit. Jadi kalian,
Iya.
dari mana?
Dari Mataram.
Mataram.
Capital,
Tahu.
Ya.
Kak dari mana?
Dari Lombok, dari Tanjung.
Tanjung. Menarik. Jadi merantau ke sini.
Ya,
Merantau atau enggak?
Merantau.
Ya, merantau.
Tapi seminggu sekali pulang.
Oh ya, jadi sedikit merantau.
Merantau.
Jadi tidak terlalu rindu kampung halamannya. Sometimes, little bit. Tapi kalau udah di sini beberapa tahun nggak pulang-pulang, ya pasti rindu banget ya.
Ya, but not so far, kita jauh.
Ya.
Kalau ini mungkin cuma 20 menit.
Oke, aku mau jalan-jalan lagi ya.
Oke.
Nanti kita
Subscribe.
Subrek.
Ya.
Okay, yeah, buddy. Yeah, nice to meet you too. Beautiful people. My spirits are lifted once again. I can't get so much. You just can't take so much of this happiness, really. They're just unreal people, you know. When you meet good people, I mean, there's just nothing better than it. I don't even care about anything else around here, to be honest, except the people. I don't even care about what I'm going to eat, but I am keeping my eyes open for something that takes my fancy, and nothing has yet, to be honest. But it will. There's plenty of places to eat here. Okay, so we're walking into the abyss. I need to get out of that ring road around the island and get inland to see if I can find some sort of restaurants or warungs in here. It seems that on the beach side there's a lot more of those big expansive type restaurants, which I'm not really interested in at this moment. I'm more interested in something a little bit more, a bit smaller. I can see some civilization up ahead here, which is a good sign that there is somewhere to eat up here. I'm hoping. I usually find that you get some more warungs when you go inland on these islands, away from the big expensive land. It's a little bit like that in Sanur as well. Often closer to the beach, not always, but often it's a little bit more expensive, except for those bunches of warungs that you find around the place. But as a general rule, you get some cheaper places if you go inland. Remember this guy from yesterday? Here he is again. He's popping up everywhere, this guy. From the previous video, not yesterday, previous.
Very much enough.
Did you just finish work?
No, I finished in 3.
Oh, so we're jalan-jalan sekarang?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And later I will go to the bar with
Yeah.
someone else.
Yeah.
Lady.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You've got lots of friends.
Yes, I am. Just friends, just
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah. Well, it's nice to have friends. Living your life to the fullest.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it's good to see you again.
Yes, Adam. And some friends can kiss each other, right? No, do
Me and you? I wasn't going to go that far, but anyway. On this island, there's so many cats, and they're all so friendly. And I've seen that they've got a lot of them have been ear-tipped as well. So you'll find that they've actually been desexed. How crazy is this? They've even got a paddle court here on the Gillies. Amazing. So modern, isn't it? To have a paddle court on an island like this. I can't imagine too many tourists giving that a go. It'd be more like all the dive instructors, I would imagine, and the foreigners who are living here on a more permanent basis. That's what I'd probably imagine that to be for. One thing that I've noticed about this island is that they have a real fascination with these yellow lights. You see this style? Yeah. That's a classic styling to make a place look sort of modern and all that sort of stuff. Whereas the Indonesian style has always been, well, for a very long time, for the past, say, I don't know, 35 years, the lights have been these bright white fluorescent lights. And that's what gives me the local feel to a place, actually, because that's what I remember from my early days here in Indonesia. That's a little bit of an interesting point, I guess, isn't it? Because the colour of the lights can really affect how you feel about a place. Yeah, I love this section here. My original plan for finding a place to eat was actually to go to a place that looked like it was a proper warung and, you know, small scale and that sort of stuff. But as I'm walking around more and more, and I see more and more places completely empty, I don't really feel like going into an empty place. I don't often like going into empty eateries. Usually means the food, you know, maybe not as fresh. That's the sort of theory I have anyway. So I'm looking for something a little bit more busy, but to be honest, there's not much around. I might need to go to one of those really big places that are really popular, than one of the mainstream ones. So for dinner I found this place, Warung Farida, local food. Let's see what I can get there. Seems to be a lot of different things. I'll try and get something freshly cooked rather than, I've got a big selection over here, which I could do, but I'm not really wanting any of that. Not really wanting any of that. I could do, I'll see what they've got fresh. Got myself a nasi goreng. I actually eat nasi goreng for every meal, and actually once upon a time, when I was living on my own in Bandung, I was doing that. Every day I'd go to the same nasi goreng stall, have nasi goreng every night, and I'm quite happy with it. Like, I don't need to have a wide variety of food. If I find something I love, I'm happy to go for that every night. So I'm looking forward to this one. Lots of veggies, you can see that. Lots of carrots, there's bits of beans in there and all sorts of stuff, and a big fried egg on top. Looking forward to it. After that quick dinner, I've come down to the harbour once again, just to have a look what's going on down here, because always people hanging around at places like this. Even at night, the ocean looks really beautiful. Look at that. It's like a clear blue swimming pool. Absolutely wonderful. I guess you could swim there at night as well, couldn't you? Pretty easily. Hello. Good. People fishing out here. Look at this. Wow. Crazy, eh? Hello, bro. Yeah, nice area, nice area. Actually quite bustling down here along this sort of the seafront. The kids running around over there a little bit as well. I might go up there, see what's going on over there. Hello. Tuak ya? Enak ya? Kelihatan enak. Terima kasih, Pak.
Enjoy your holiday.
Yeah, thank you, You enjoy yourself. Ini hujan ya? Just starting to rain all of a sudden out of nowhere. Crazy. Lagi apa?
Lagi duduk.
Nongkrong?
Iya.
Nongkrong, main HP.
Iya.
Tinggal di mana?
Tinggal di Lombok Tengah.
Oh ya?
Iya.
Jadi di sini udah berapa lama?
Baru sebentar.
Sebentar. Holiday atau kerja?
Kerja.
Rencana untuk berapa lama?
Kira-kira 20 hari.
20 hari.
Iya.
Terus balik lagi?
Iya.
Sekolah atau gimana? Kenapa?
Udah lulus.
Oh, udah lulus. Kenapa harus balik 20 hari nanti?
Udah selesai.
Udah selesai. Terus ada rencana apa setelah itu?
Gak ada.
Nggak ada. Agak susah ya?
Iya.
Mungkin di sawah mungkin ya? Nggak? Paling tidak mau ya? Paling tidak mau ya? Pasti. Ya, mudah-mudahan dapat job yang bagus sekali.
Iya.
Oke, mari ya.
Ya.
As the rain comes down, meeting some more lovely people around here. I just saw a speedboat zoom off into the abyss over that way. I don't know where it was going, whether it was perhaps going across to Lombok, which is just over there, or whether it was someone going out for a night dive. I'm not really sure. but there was a few people on that boat as well. Maybe it's a night dive thing. That'd make sense, wouldn't it? Another fantastic day here on Gili Air. It's really growing on me, this place. The more I sort of explore it, the more I interact with the people here, the more I really love it. I actually think I could see myself coming here just for a standard holiday, just coming here to relax 4 or 5 days. Easily bring Susan across. I actually spoke to Susan about it and she said, yeah, I'll come here. I actually like it better than I had expected when I first arrived. When I first arrived, I was a bit shocked by this built-up thing, but you know, you can get a good balance here, I think, if you choose your accommodation wisely, and you're happy to perhaps spend a little bit of money, because there are a lot of restaurants here that are quite expensive, but if you're happy to spend the money, you know, you're going to be quite happy with what you get here. Just some really good international food. I actually like it. Look, I'm going and exploring the other Gilis while I'm here on this trip, so in the videos coming up, I'll be going to Gili Menor and Gili Trawangan, and I'm going to do a little bit of a deeper dive on Gili Trawangan than you might expect. I'm actually interested to see what the story is with that island. I know it's supposed to be the party island, but I want to see it from my own eyes. Thanks for coming along for the ride with me today. Once again, thanks to all the members who have signed up in recent times. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with all things Sonora and the rest of Indonesia. I'll catch you next time, and Sampai Jumpa.